What is up, my aesthetic boys? It's Fresh, back with another video. In today's brain blast into the mind of the choosing beggar, we encounter granola-flinging valley girls, up-and-coming streamers, and even the classic Trouble in Paradise. Please note, if you order the food, you have to pay for it. No exceptions. Thank you, management. Looks like we got an outdoor table and chairs for sale. We'll take it for free if you can deliver it to me, please. It's not for free. Okay, if no one is wanting it, let me know, and I can't do $40 though. Thanks. It is $40 and no delivery. The classic bargaining technique. If you throw in an extra service, I'm willing to not pay you for the item. Hey dude, I saw you're out on Craigslist for that sweet PS4. How about I give you $10 and I follow you on Insta? I have many followers. No, please man, I am broke. How about $20? Still no. Damn man, why are you so greedy? You have no heart. I hope you redact yourself. I unironically love redact yourself as an insult and encourage you all to use it more in your day-to-day life. Begs for a lift to the airport, demands it's done on their terms, illegally risking my driver's license. That's not going to happen. A while back this one was. Some background though. I'd once driven a friend who didn't wear their seatbelt and copped a $300 fine for it. To this story. A family's friend's son needed a lift to the airport early one morning for a long planned trip. I live about 10 miles from their place, and the 30-mile trip I was taking to work the opposite direction took me right past the airport, so it was a bit extra time out of the morning, 15 miles to the west to pick up their sons, then 45 miles east instead of 30 east, but they begged and both phoned me, and I said I was good to give them the lift. I turned up in the morning, loaded up their gear, the sons both in the car, and said goodbye to their parents, and we took off. Drove a few miles up the freeway, and my seatbelt alert starts pinging. Son 1 in the front seat had taken off his belt. I asked him to put it on, and he goes, "Nah, I don't do seatbelts." So I pulled over. I looked back at the other son in the back seat, which didn't have alarms, and sure enough, he'd also taken off his seatbelt. Then the arguing started. I was blunt as I could be that I'm not risking my license and my money so they could get a free lift. I didn't care one way or another about it. The conversation went roughly as follows, paraphrased in some places because it was years ago, but they were both in on it. I'm not moving the car unless the belts are on. I've been fined once before, not doing it again. No, I told you, I don't do seatbelts. Dad's okay with it. I'm not. And you, son 2, put yours on as well. Not moving until they're on. Do you have any idea how dangerous they are in an accident? I blinked. Son 1 then puts his behind him and clicks it in. No, the belt goes around you. That doesn't count. Oh no, it'll turn off the alarm. Just go, you'll see. We need to get going. We can when you put the belt on. I don't care about the alarm. I care that it's a $600 fine if you two don't have seatbelts on. Oh, come on, we'll be late. Your flight's not for another hour and a half. Belts on. Son 1 then calls his dad, complains we've stopped, and dad asks why. Son 1 explains, then his dad tells him to just put the belt on. Son 1 says, okay, but didn't notice I'd heard his dad's side too, and said his dad says I need to get a move on. Me, not until belts are on. This goes back and forth to the point where I'm gonna be late for work if I don't get going. Son 1 is all, fine, turn around, I'll get dad to drive. Belts on then. No, I've already told you. Well, then we're not moving. I get on my phone and browse idly, showing I'm not moving until their seatbelts go on. Son 1 phones his dad again. His dad sounds really pissed, but agrees to pick them up. Both sons get out, take their bags, one slams the door and boot, and I drive off, choosing beggars left behind. I get to work, then get a phone call that son 2 left his main luggage in my car, and they want it dropped off at the airport urgently. They're flying out soon and they need it now. I tell them to get a taxi and I'll meet them out back of my work. They decide to argue it's my responsibility to get them the luggage and again, argue the point. Half an hour later, one turns up in a taxi to get the other's luggage. I should note here, I really don't know these guys well at all. I know one's name for sure, and I think I know the other, but I might have him mixed up with a cousin from the same suburb. Later that afternoon, I get a phone call from their dad saying that I've wasted his son's tickets. They weren't able to fly out, they couldn't rebook quickly, and they'll miss half their vacation time now, and it was all my fault for stopping so long. I try to explain as clearly as possible that I wasn't going to risk another huge fine and piss off my employer just for the inconvenience of a couple ungrateful idiots, but I ended up just hanging up on him. I'm still friends with their mother, who was the original friend of the family, but things are a bit strained between me and her husband and sons. Just so you know, the sons were about 21 and 24 at the time it happened. 21 and 24? Are you kidding me? You come into my car on the day my daughter's to be married. You break bread and laws at my dashboard and you disrespect me? If these gentlemen had wanted OP's friendship, well, that's one thing. But they didn't come as friends. They came with demands and they came with disrespect. 21 and 24? What a joke. Dad says it's fine. You're an adult. You should be driving yourself anyway, but the audacity to ask a near stranger for a ride only to pull a stunt like that? I'd expect it from someone maybe half their age, but no more. I'd love to give a warm and fuzzy lesson from this, but God help me, I can't find a damn thing to praise in these just fine, upstanding young men. Can somebody please bring me Chick-fil-A to work? I haven't had it in literally 2 months. And no, I don't have money to pay you back, so it could just be a little gift from you. Here's the scenario. Woman hasn't had Chick-fil-A in 2 figurative months. Post something about it asking for someone to bring her food. Post gets on ChoosingBeggars. A guy she knows then brings her food but gets upset when she won't go out on a date with him, making r/nice guys. Finally, girl complains about how nobody likes her and ever does anything nice for her. Ever. Boom. r/nice girls. 1 girl, 1 event, 3 subreddits. That's economies of scale. The time I ruined a ChoosingBeggars family's Christmas. Back in 2004, I worked at the front desk for a large mountain resort. 90% of the properties on the mountain were under our umbrella, and our front desk was open 24 hours. The other 10% were part of a different resort entirely, but since it was small, they only had employees on site from 8 to 6, and calls to their front desk would reroute to ours after hours in case there was an emergency situation. I was 21 years old, making $7 whole an hour, and working a 12-hour shift on Christmas Day, because the resort was extra busy for the holidays and anyone who refused to work on Christmas was fired. It was the first time in my life I hadn't spent Christmas with my family, and I spent the day getting barked at by entitled vacationers, so I was in a great mood already. Then, at about 11 p.m., I answered a call coming from the other resort. I said, "Main resort, this is me speaking. How may I help you?" "CB, we didn't get new towels today." "I'm sorry, we don't do that. It's a condo, so you're basically renting an apartment for the week. Housekeeping only comes between guests unless you make a special request." Are you kidding? We're supposed to use the same towels for a week? Yes? I mean, who doesn't reuse towels some? Do they all wipe their asses with them? That's disgusting! We've already used them! They're dirty! Have housekeeping bring us new ones. "I'm sorry, but housekeeping has gone home for the day. I don't even work for your resort. Their offices are all closed for the evening, and we only take their calls in case of emergency. I can't get any towels to you. You'll have to use the ones you have for now." "But we need clean towels now. This is an emergency." "I'm not going to wake up your resort's manager on Christmas because of your towels. There is a washer-dryer in your condo if the towels are too dirty for you to reuse." "How dare you! We are on a vacation. We don't do laundry." "Well, I'm sorry that's not what you wanted to hear." "You have ruined our Christmas." "Great. Have a nice night. Happy holidays." Talk about first world problems. I'll be honest, I was following them at least a bit in the first half. They really did have me. While I understand this minimum wage worker literally couldn't bring them towels, I get that the people were frustrated at the lack of fresh linens and such when they were clearly expecting such a service. But then OP drops the bomb on us that they have in-unit laundry machines, a washer and dryer, feet away. If they have some Douglas Adams complex and truly believe towels to be the most important part of their trip, they have the ability to remedy that situation in like an hour, max. They have those speed dry settings for a reason. Real friends let you put cars in the name. Can I get a real friend like now? Yeah, seriously, like, are they even a real friend if they don't agree to co-sign your student loan? Looking for a PC and have no money, so wanting free, please. Free. Needing a computer for free because I want to start PC gaming, and PC desktop will work, must be running Windows 8 or above. This is a good deal when you think about it. I'm sure this guy's going to become the next Tfue or some massive streamer, and I'm sure he'll give you a shout out when that happens. Think about it this way. You're getting in on the ground floor for an absolute bargain. Reverse choosing beggar. I was at a tube station yesterday and there was a poor homeless man begging. Valley girl sounding tourist offers some nut bar she hasn't finished, bite marks and all, and he says, "I'm allergic, but God bless your heart for the offer, dear." She says something along the lines of, "Oh wow, so ungrateful, no wonder you're homeless. Screw you." Miss, he's homeless, not a trash can. Need a model for the sheet set promo? You pay the $100 session fee. I'll give you 3 images for helping me out instead of you purchasing them separately. Partial/full nudity required. You do your own hair and makeup. Must be available tomorrow at 11 a.m. to come to my redacted location. Message me if you're interested. The classic, I pay you $100 to take 3 nudes for a sheet promo stunt. Haven't seen that one in a while. Customer harasses us to get us to do a job quicker. I work as an auto glazier. There's a lot more to windscreens than you would think, which can affect how long jobs take. Straightforward replacement, we tell people to expect 3 hours. Usually it takes an hour and a half, including curing time start to end. We say 3 hours to give us a bit of wiggle room and to give us time to drop everything and actually help customers that walk in, etc. Fancy cars now have a bunch of features which are part of ADAS, Advanced Driver Assistance System. This is things like automatic braking when you get too close to other cars, lane departure warning, etc. Among other systems, this will include a windshield-mounted camera. When you change a windscreen, that camera has to be recalibrated to make sure that it's working properly and that there are no system errors. Anyways, with ADAS cars, they get booked in for the full day, drop off at 8 a.m., pick up 5 p.m. This is partially because recalibration can take from half an hour to, well, this one time we spent 7 hours on a Subaru. They're prone to errors and require 2 types of calibration, static and dynamic. The dynamic had a tech driving 120 kilometers before it got to 100%. But partially because we don't get a specific time block like we do for replacement jobs. So we do it around the rest of our bookings. Unless things go seriously wrong or we're insanely busy, we fit the screen first thing in the morning and try and get it done ASAP. If customers need it earlier and they're nice, we will always try. Yesterday we had one. We fitted it and got into recalibration straight away. While we were setting up the apparatus, which is a finicky and particular job involving being the right distance and angle and X, Y, and Z axis, we had 5 separate girls from support office walk down that the customer wants to know when it will be ready. Each time we said, it will be ready at 5, but if it's earlier, we'll contact the customer and let them know. Then a fellow tech had a call from the booking team. Same question. Recalibration would have been done quicker without constant interruptions. As it was, we were done by 1 p.m. Workshop manager said, call the customer at 4:30 p.m. Insurance paid the bill. Customer paid the tax. This customer was charged something more valuable than money. No fiat currency can make up for the most valuable of assets, an asset so sought after yet entirely equally distributed, and as Tom Hanks' train conducting character from the 2004 animated classic The Polar Express would say, non-transferable. The bill paid by the insurance company? Well, they'll make it back soon enough. But the 3 hours this man lost to the tax? Just another tick, another movement of the hands of this clock that we call life, counting down to his eventual demise. Thank you to everyone who watched this video. Be sure to subscribe for more daily Reddit content. Drop a like if you liked the video, and I will see you all tomorrow.